Hi everyone, welcome to Impact Academy. So today let us continue with the AP Economy. Okay, model paper 2, part 4, 4 or 5. Okay, something. So last section we have seen till this question. So let us continue with 51st question. Okay, so the broad areas of coverage of national policy for farmers 2007. So if you observe the recent question papers, questions are being asked not just of current, okay, but the evaluation also. Okay, whether it is economy or polity or anything, what is the evaluation that has taken place? So you cannot say that 2007. So it is a old question. It's not. It won't be asked like that. You cannot say like that. Okay. So it is a part of how did the agriculture sector evolve? How did the industrial sector evolve? So as an aspirant, we need to be aware of everything, so just have idea about everything. So we are talking about policy, right? So let us go to the policies, national policies. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so agriculture policy, so industrial policy and all we have seen evaluation. So national policy on farmers 2007. Okay, so national policy on 2000 farmers 2007. Recommendations of MS Swaminathan and from focus on crop production to welfare of the farmer. So initially in the early days when this green revolution and all has come, there was more focus on production. Okay, high yielding variety seeds of wheat, rice, and etc. So too much production. So now this national policy on farmer 2007, the focus is not just on production but also on the welfare of the farmer, because the farmer is producing but most of it is going to the middlemen. Okay, the farmers are committing suicide, etc. So the purpose is to improve the economic viability of farming by focusing on increasing the income of farmers. So remember that, and to support farmers by the use of quality seeds, fertilizers, irrigation facilities, credit facilities, okay, use of biotechnology and ICT also. So these the kind of no e-nams, okay, mandis, e-mandi, all these things, digitalization, and all these things was not there back then. Okay, all those things came more or less recently. And this 2007 policy on farmers played an important role. Social security system, okay, and we have insurance also right now, Fasal Bima Yojana, and before that we have seen agriculture insurance company and all those things. So unfortunately, NPF has failed to address the following: lack of crop diversification, okay, and continued reliance on monsoons and all these things. Just go through. Okay, so this is one thing, and also one more important thing about national policy of farmers. If you look at it, see MSP. Okay, effective implementation of MSP across the country, establishing community food grain banks. Okay, so this ICT, usage of ICT technology, MSP, and all these things, they are more important. So that is why National Policy for Farmers 2007, even though it is the old policy, it is important because this concept of MSP, though MSP is not a statutory provision, okay, there is no guarantee, but governments across the state are providing MSP. Central government is providing MSP, and this MSP concept has started mainly during this National Policy of Farmers. That is why minimum support price, this National Policy for Farmers is also important. So, what is the question? The broad areas of coverage of National Policy for Farmers 2007 include: new technologies would be encouraged for improving productivity per unit of land and water on sustainable basis. So, as I said, new technologies, ICT, and improving productivity, not just production, improving productivity, welfare of farmers, all this is there. Yes, true. Focus will be on the economic well-being of the farmer in addition to the production and productivity. So this is one of the important one. Till then, focus was on production. Okay, more number of wheat, more number of quintals of rice, etc. But now the focus is also on the economic well-being of the farmers. Then minimum support price mechanism to be implemented effectively across the country. So, as I said, minimum MSP, the concept of MSP has also been I mean, they have started implementing it starting from this National Policy for Farmers 2007. Okay, so this is also important. So, all of the above correct. So, try to remember National Policy for Farmers 2007. It focuses on productivity, welfare of farmers, MSP, usage of technologies, and all these things. Try to remember all of the above. So, which of the following are sources of growth? So, if you want to growth, you need to have good human capital, okay, human resources, natural resources, okay, iron ores and all kinds of different metals, minerals, and all these things, sufficient water resources, natural resources, okay, and physical capital also. So, you may have a lot of iron ores, okay, but unless you have a proper mining sector, okay, to able to mine that, transport it, and the proper steel plants and everything, you won't be able to harness the potential of the growth. So, all the above are the sources of growth. Balanced growth strategy was supported by, so these things, even in the exam, when you come across these questions, you may not be able to answer. So don't stress yourself too much. As I keep saying, 50 to 60% of the paper, if you are able to answer, then you will be in the top. Okay. So don't worry about everything. Don't try for going for. Many people say that the syllabus is very huge. I haven't completed syllabus. Okay, that is a very big mistake. You never complete the syllabus. Okay, you have strong points. Try to read as much as you can, and where you are strong, try to improve that. If you are able to get 50 to 60% right, you are in the top. Okay, so don't go for 100% syllabus coverage and all the stuff. Whatever, have a strong fundamentals and try to learn as much as you can and repeat. Okay, the more number of times you repeat, only then you will be able to remember. Repetition is the most important thing. So which of the following statements is incorrect with respect to the special capital linked subsidy scheme for the service sector? So if you look at the service sector, okay, so let's go to the current affairs. Fine. So capital linked subsidy, if you look at it, special credit linked capital subsidy scheme for the MSME. Recently, the Ministry of MSME, okay, which is micro, small, medium sized enterprises, launched the special credit linked capital subsidy scheme. Okay, so credit linked capital subsidy. So basically, they will give subsidy based on the credit linked capital. Okay, and that too for the services sector. This scheme will help in meeting the technology related requirements of enterprises in the service sector. So, for the service sector, to buy any new equipment and new technology, okay, it has a provision of 25% capital subsidy for procurement of plant and machinery and service equipment through institutional credit to the scheduled cost, scheduled tribe MSMEs without any sector specific restrictions on technology upgradation. Okay, so there is a component for scheduled cost, scheduled tribe, etc. So if you go and buy suppose 100 crore, okay, if you take 100 crores institutional credit, that is from any bank or any financial institution, okay, if you get not from your friends or from any money lenders or anything, from institutional credit, that means from proper official credit, if you get any say 100 crores for plant and machinery, then if everything is correct, the government will reimburse 25 crores. Okay, it will give back 25 crores. That is what is called a subsidy, capital subsidy. Okay, so it was launched in 2000. Okay, remember that it is launched in 2000. The objective of the scheme is to facilitate technology upgradation in MSMEs. So you have the small companies, small 10 crore, 50 crore, 100 crore companies. So if they want to buy a new machinery worth crores, okay, they will not have the sufficient money. So what they will do is they will take a loan. Okay, in order to help them, the government is going to give back 25% of the capital subsidy and upfront. So initially it will give 15%. Okay, on institutional finance up to 1 crore for induction of well-established and improved technology. So this is not just for no buying land or anything. Okay, buying land for the factory or new is for technology upgradation, for buying some new automated plant machinery. Okay, all that. So if you look at the question, which of the following statement is incorrect? So the Ministry of MSME is the implementing ministry. Yes, definitely. It was launched from Guwahati. Yes, maybe it was not there in that PPT, but it was launched in Guwahati. So it has been launched in 2022, which is outright wrong, right? It has been launched in 2000. It is an old scheme only. It has been launched in 2000. Okay, so this is the incorrect statement. So try to remember the other points also which we have seen. So for attaining demographic dividend, which point should be considered? So demographic dividend is basically the working population starting from 15 years to 60, all that is there, right? So that is the demographic dividend. Okay. So arranging education and skill in the youth. So if you want to have a good working population, you have to provide proper education and skill development for the youth. Present employment and unemployment status in the youth. Okay, so you have to take care of the employment and unemployment statuses. Present education status. Okay, technical skill in the young workers. That is why if you observe in the recent AP new government, they said they are going to go for a skill census. Okay, so basically, they're going to see how much unemployed youth is there, how much youth is there, what are their skills. Okay, based on that, see there is a requirement, huge requirement for electricians, plumbers. Okay, and what is this? A lot of industrial boiler grade workers. Okay, doing that welding and all this industrial grade plumbing and etc. So there is a lot of requirement, but sufficient young people are not getting these skills. So all of the above, all these are to be taken into consideration for getting a good demographic dividend. Demographic dividend means demography is basically at what age group what people are doing. So dividend is getting good returns out of it. So you have to work in that direction. So what is RuPay? So if you have this credit cards, you will see that is Visa, Mastercard. Okay. So similarly, Indian government it is the RuPay system. The card payment network of the Indian government is RuPay. Not this Kisan credit card is credit card for farmers. New currency of RBI. They are looking into some e-currency and all those things. But normally currency of India is RuPay. That's a different thing. Rupee. Okay, Rupee. Also, this card payment network system of India. Okay, is this RuPay card. We have this RuPay card, right? So which of the following has have occurred in India after this liberalization of economic policies in 1991? So if you talk about the LPG reforms, liberalization, privatization and globalization, as I said, after the balance of payment crisis in 1990, okay, in 1991, are so after 1991, what happened was, so if you look at the total FDI inflows in the country, okay, in the last 24 years, okay, almost 990 billion of FDI inflows has come from 2000 to 2024. In the last 10 years itself, there was around 667 billion dollars, which is approximately total 67% of the total FDI inflows is the last 24. So last 24 years total from starting from 2000 almost near to 990. Okay, almost near to $1,000 billion, which is a huge amount. So if you look at in the last 1 year, 23-24, around that is the latest value per year we are getting about $71 billion. Okay, and so these are the Mauritius, Singapore, USA, Netherlands, all these things we have seen already. And 2015 it was around 45. Now it became 71. So try to remember these things. Current trend we are getting around $71 billion in 1 year, and over a period of time, 24 years, we have got 990 billion. Okay, and in the last decade we have got 660 something like that. Fine. So basically, after opening up the economy, the FDI inflows have increased. Yes, definitely. India's foreign exchange reserves have increased enormously. So as I said, initially there was from 100 to 100, it became 660. Overall, it was 1,000, near 1,000, right? So share of India's exports in the world trade also increased definitely. So that is the reason we are getting so much inflow, right? So all these three are correct. If you look at the economic policies in 1991 after the liberalization, especially so much FDI has come and India's GDP has increased, India's exports have increased. All these things happened because of the liberalization in the 1991. So name the famous economists who conducted the astonishing researches on national income. Okay, so just try to remember VKRV Rao has tried to done a lot of study on national income. So which is the testing stone for the productivity of an economy. So GNP and all these things we have seen multiple times. So if you look at the national income accounting, okay, you have GDP. One thing which I already told is that geography based. That means within India, all the goods and services produced within India, irrespective of whether it is by Indian or by foreign players. Okay, so that is GDP. So from the GDP, you have two things. One is that the current prices, and another is the constant prices. So current prices is prevailing market prices. That is today, this year. Constant prices is either 2004, 5 or 2011, 12. So previously it was 2004, 5. Now it is 2011, 12. Okay, so you take a constant base year. Okay, base year which you take constant, and based on that you calculate the GDP. Then you will get a better picture. Okay, so all that we have seen. So GDP. From GDP, if you remove the depreciation, you will get the gross national product (GNP). So total value of goods and services produced by normal residents of a country during the financial year. Okay, and it is added with income from abroad. Okay, this is GDP, right? GDP minus depreciation, you get the NDP. Sorry, not GNP, NDP. GDP minus depreciation, you get the NDP. And next you have the gross national product, GNP. So GNP is total value of the goods and services by normal residents. So as I said, GDP and GNP. GDP is geographical. Okay, GDP means you have to remember it is geography. Okay, so everything within the country. GNP is identity based, everything with the that has been produced by Indians. Okay, normal residents of the country, both income from abroad and within the country. Okay, so GNP and GDP is the basically geographical. When it is geography based, that is within India, it is GDP. When it is identity based, it is of GNP. So that is one thing. And we have seen depreciation, right? So if you subtract depreciation from GDP, it becomes NDP, National Domestic Product. Okay. From GNP, if you subtract, see, here it is. So from GDP, if you subtract depreciation, it becomes NDP, National Domestic Product. From GNP, GNP is that which is produced by Indians or normal residents within the of the country. Okay, so even if they are abroad, if they are Indians, so everything that has been goods and services produced by Indians is GNP. So from GNP, if you remove depreciation, you get NNP. That is the net national product. Okay, so this NNP is often considered as the national income, because one thing you are considering the goods and services produced by the nationals, and also you are taking part of depreciation. You are removing the depreciation. Okay, so if you remove the depreciation, you will get the true picture. If you buy a car for 10 lakhs, okay, so you purchase the car for 10 lakhs, but if you want to sell it in the market today, no one is going to give you 10 lakhs. Once the car comes out of the showroom, it is no longer worth 10 lakhs. If you try to sell it, it becomes second hand. So no one wants to buy it for that. So depreciation starts immediately after a product is purchased. Depreciation starts. So after 1 year, if you want to sell the cars, no one will give you 10 lakhs for it. Okay, they will give you 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs. So depreciation you have to remove. So from the GDP, if you remove depreciation, you get NDP. From the GNP, if you remove depreciation, you get the NNP. So this NNP, net national product, is the thing which is usually considered as the national income. Okay. So all these several methods, expenditure method, value added method, income method, all these things, okay, are there. So let us look at the question. So what is the testing score for productivity of a economy? So we are talking about the productivity of the economy. So gross national product, if you look at it, uh, what is gross national product? It is all that goods and services that have been produced by the normal residents of a country. Okay. So if you want to look at the productivity of that particular economy, you have to look at the GNP. Okay, because if you take GDP, again you are taking into consideration foreign players also. So some Kia or some Toyota or something, they come, okay, manufacture cars, but their profits will go back to their country. So if you want to look at how the particular economy of a country is performing, you have to look at the gross national product. So within the gross national product also, if you want to see what is the actual income of the country, then you have to subtract the depreciation. Then from GNP, if you remove depreciation, you get NNP, net national product. So this is the national income. So anyway, if you want to test the productivity of the economy, you have to look at the GNP, okay, not GDP. So which indices will take into consideration the Human Development Index released by the UNDP? So the United Nations Development Program, okay, Human Development Index. So this Human Development Index is a very important thing, right? So let us look at this indexes. Okay, this index. Okay, so this is the Human Development Index. If you look at the Human Development Index of the United Nations Development Program, you have the life expectancy. Okay, life expectancy at birth, expected years of schooling, and GNI per capita. So basically, a standard of living. If you have good per capita income, you have a good standard of living. Okay, long and healthy life and knowledge. So similar thing in the what is this multidimensional poverty index also, which is also part of the UNDP only. So these are the standard things which are taken: health, education, and standard of living. Okay, so those are the things which are usually taken into consider in all these indexes. So basically, literacy levels, that is the education, yes, per capita income, which is the standard of income, and health or average life period. So you can say Human Development Index considers all these things. Try to remember, it's very important. This Human Development Index and multidimensional poverty index, all these things are under the UNDP. Okay, and also look at what is the ranking. Okay, so India's rank in the latest index is 134. Remember this. Switzerland has topped the list and it is given by UNDP. India's rank is 134. So try to remember this also, 134. And the other thing we have seen, happiness report is 126 and HDI, Human Development Index is 134. This is frequently asked question. So latest value is 134. Try to remember that also. Okay. So all the above. So among the following, which is equal to national income. As I said, you have first what is called as the GDP. Okay, then you have the GNP, gross national product, which is the all the things produced by the nation. And after that, you remove the depreciation, you get the NNP. Okay, so NNP, the net national product. Okay, that is the national income. And within NNP, you have what is called as the market prices and what is called as the cost factors. So when a product is produced, that is the cost factor. Okay, when it comes to the market, you have all these value additions, GST, everything. Okay, so when a car is produced, it is produced for 6 to 7 lakhs. By the time it comes to the market prices, it might become 10 lakhs, 12 lakhs. Okay, so in order to look at how much the national income, okay, what is the national income? We look at the net national product, which is at the cost factors. Okay, so net national product means the gross national product, GNP. GNP means all the goods and services which are produced by the normal residents of the country, by Indians or the normal residents of the country. That is the GNP. From GNP, you remove depreciation. Okay, then you get NNP. That NNP at factor cost. Okay, cost factor is considered as the national income. So, what is the main aim of devaluation of rupee? So, this devaluation, governments often do. Recently, we have seen China has also devalued yuan and yens and all these things. Okay, so why do you devalue? For example, today if you have 1 rupee, okay, and let us consider say $1. So for a hypothetical purpose, say $1 equal to 100 rupees. Okay, so you are exporting. You are exporting, say a car. Okay, say 1,000 rupees. Or let us take simple example. You are exporting a mango for 100 rupees. Okay, so if you are exporting a mango for 100 rupees, they are paying $1. Okay, so you are getting $1. Now, if you devalue the rupee, that means instead of 100 rupees, you make the dollar value equal to 80 rupees or 60 rupees, something like that. So you are devaluing the rupee. So instead of 100 rupees for $1, now you are getting 60 rupees. So now you are sending the exporting the mango. Okay, now you are exporting the mango at 100 rupees. So previously for 100 rupees you got $1, but now if you are exporting for 100 rupees, you are getting for $1 only 60 rupees. So for the remaining 40 rupees, he has to pay some 60 cents or whatever. So basically, he's paying more than $1, right? So if you devalue the rupee, if you reduce the value of the rupee, the person who is exporting previously he used to get $1, now he is getting more than $1. Okay, so in order to encourage the exports, the devaluation of rupee takes place. Okay, keep that in mind. Similarly, if you are importing, then you don't want to devalue the rupee. Okay, so keep that in mind. So consider the following statements. The European Union is India's third largest trading partner. Okay, India has established Trade and Technology Council with the European Union, and in 2022, India signed a free trade agreement with European Union. So if you look at the free trade agreement with the European Union, okay, so this is the EU-India Free Trade Agreement. EU is the India's third largest trading partner. Okay, so remember that the European Union is the India's third largest trading partner, accounting for 88 billion euros worth of trade in 2021, or 10% of total Indian trade. Okay. On the other hand, India is EU's 10th largest trading partner. That means EU has other trade relations with, say, USA, Australia, Japan, or etc. Maybe. But for India, EU is the third largest trading partner. Okay, first two maybe I think US, China, maybe. Okay, and EU is the third one. Trade in services between the EU and India reached 30 billion in 2020. Okay, we are talking exclusively about services. Anyway, India European Free Trade Association signed trade this policy on 2024. Okay, India has been working on trade and economic partnership agreement with EFTA countries, which are Switzerland, Iceland, Norway, Liechtenstein, etc. And recently, the cabinet has signed this trade and economic partnership with this EFTA countries, and it's an intergovernmental organization set up in 1960. This is EFTA is a intergovernmental organization set up in 1960 for promotion of free trade and everything. Anyway, this India EU free trade agreement has been signed in 2024. It is very recent. Okay, and EU is the India's third largest trading partner. So now, if you look at the question, so the European Union is India's third largest trading partner. It is true. Okay, India has established a Trade and Technology Council with the European Union. Maybe they have done it. Okay, so in 2022, India signed a FTA with European. This is wrong. Okay, this free trade agreement with European Union has been signed in 2024, not 2022. Okay. Okay, so that is about European Union. So given below, which is correct regarding the sixth 5-year plan. So as I said, 5-year plans you have one the central, and you have the state level Andhra Pradesh 5-year plans also. Anyway, if you look at the 5-year plans, that to sixth one. Okay. So where is the fourth one, fifth one? So fifth one is Garibi Hatav and all those things, right? Remember that. So sixth 5-year plan duration is from 1980 to 1985. Basic objective of this plan was economic liberalization by eradicating poverty and achieving technological self-reliance. So target growth was 5.2, achieved 5.7. So as we saw from sixth one, the growth targets have been achieved. And I think he's asking about specifically about the state. Okay, state 5-year plan, because it's 2 kg rice and all. It belongs to Andhra Pradesh. Anyway, state 5-year plans, I will prepare one PDF. Meanwhile, let's remember this. Okay. So in the state sixth 5-year plan, 15-point growth formula was introduced in 1983 for the development of downtrodden tribes. Try to remember that. Rupees 2 for kg rice scheme was introduced under the Pragati Padam program. Okay, this is a very important scheme, very famous back in those days, right? Southern Pesticides Limited was established in Western Godavari district. So all this is correct. And Janata Vastralu was not in 1983. So remember these three ABC are correct. Okay. So these formulas have been repealed, right? So no need to go into depth about this question, but just go through with reference to the main provisions of the farmer laws on price assurance and farm services. Okay, this was repealed. This 2020, these three laws have come, right? Essential Services Act and this price assurance farms, all these things, they have been repealed after the farmers protest. Okay, so which of the following are correct? All ABC. So farming agreement, minimum and maximum period of farming agreement, pricing and all these things. Okay, they were there. Market fee was not abolished. Anyway, no need to go into too much depth because the farm laws have been repealed. So where is the Pulicat Wildlife Sanctuary located? So let us look at. So if you look at the wildlife sanctuaries of Andhra Pradesh, okay, so these are the national parks. Rajiv Gandhi National Park in Kurnool, Indira Gandhi National Park, Visakhapatnam, Sri Venkateshwara National Park, Chittor. Okay, deer parks, Kandaleru Deer Park, Nellore, Kolayam Deer Park, Kurnool. Okay, again Chittor Reserve Forest, all these things. Zoo one is there in Visakhapatnam, right? Very famous. Indira Gandhi Zoological Park. Tirupati Zoo is there, Venkateswara Zoo, and East Godavari, Papikondalu. Okay, there are three zoos, three deer parks, and three national parks. And if you look at the wildlife sanctuaries, he's asking about Pulicat, right? See, Pulicat Wildlife Sanctuary is in Tirupati. So this is the updated one after the district division. So Pulicat Wildlife Sanctuary is in Tirupati. Okay, 600 square kilometers. Anyway, remember it is in Tirupati. And just go through these other things also very important. All this Koringa, Kolleru, all these things. Rolapadu is in Nandyala. Okay, Rayalaseema. Gudla Brahmeshwaram again Nandyal. Okay, Lankamalleshwaram, Kadapa. Okay, Nandyal, Prakasham. So this is in the Rayalaseema and that junction. Okay, Lankamalleshwaram. Nalapattu is in Tirupati. Pulicat is in Tirupati. Kaundinya is in Chittor. So Kaundinya is famous for elephants. Okay, in Chittor you have a lot of problem with elephants, right? Elephants are frequently coming into the sugarcane farms, etc. So Chittor there is a elephant problem also, and Kaundinya is famous for elephants. So remember like that. Kambalkonda, all these things. Okay. So Kambalkonda is ASR, but it's also part of Visakhapatnam also. In Visakhapatnam also, Kambalkonda Wildlife Sanctuary is very famous. Tirupati again, Venkateswara National Park, Venkateswara Wildlife Sanctuary. This is the first bioreserve in the state, Sri Venkateswara Wildlife Sanctuary. Try to remember that also. And Tirupati is part of the Seshachalam Hills. Anyway, so Pulicat is in Tirupati. Okay. So Pulicat Wildlife Sanctuary is in Tirupati. So who are called as marginal workers? Those who work for below 6 months in a year are called as marginal workers. Okay, so you are working for 6 months, less than 6 months, then you are called as a marginal worker. So net foreign income is equivalent to. So what is foreign income? Received contributing income from the foreign countries minus paid contributing prices to the foreign countries. So whatever income you have received minus whatever you have paid is net foreign income. Okay, not exactly exports minus imports or anything. Not capital revenue, capital payments. Capital means asset creation and all those things. Income received by NRIs, remittances, all these things, that is different. So specifically, whatever you have received from the foreign countries and whatever you are paid to the foreign countries, that difference is net foreign income. Okay, and this we have seen multiple times, right? GDP minus depreciation is NDP, and GNP minus depreciation is NDP. So this is correct. Okay, if you take depreciation this side, it becomes GNP minus depreciation is NDP. So this is correct. Okay, so given below, which is not correct, he's asking. So okay, so see, I'm sorry, GNP minus depreciation is not NDP, is NNP. You have seen, right? GDP becomes NDP. GDP, okay, minus depreciation becomes NDP. So this is correct. Okay, just it is juggled here and there. See, from GDP, if you remove depreciation, it becomes NDP. From GNP, if you remove depreciation, it should become NNP, not NDP. NNP. Okay. So here also NNP, NDP, NDP plus foreign income of the net production factors is NNP, or you can say GNP minus depreciation is also NNP, and NNP is usually considered as the national income, and the GNP at market prices equal to GNP at the production factor expenditure plus net indirect taxes. So this is also true. Okay. So if you want to take market prices, you're taking the production. At production, how much is the price, and you're adding the indirect taxes. Okay, all this sales tax, VAT, and all those things. Then you get the market prices. So this is also true. So within this, this is the wrong one. GNP is equal to NNP plus depreciation, not NDP. Just now we have seen, right? GDP, NDP, and all these things. So GNP is NNP, NNP plus depreciation. From the GNP, if you remove depreciation, then you get NNP. Fine. So that is the one which is not correct. So what is the main reason behind establishing the industrial department in the Andhra Pradesh? So with common sense, you can say to establish industrial cooperatives, okay, providing loan facilities to hand weavers, okay. So industries means all industries will come. To establish cottage and small scale industries, Article 40, Gandhian principle and directive principle. So all the above can be correct. So with whose cooperation the Andhra Pradesh government is establishing solar parks. So Solar Energy Corporation of India, we look at regulatory bodies, right? Where is that? So regulatory and international bodies. You have Solar Corporation of India. Okay. So about the Solar Corporation of India, it's a central PSU. Okay, under the administrative control of Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. So it was set up in 2011 to facilitate implementation of National Solar Mission, which is achievement of targets. Okay, so basically National Solar Mission to achieve targets in the solar industry. Okay, solar batteries, solar all those things, solar energy. So it is the only CPSU dedicated to the renewable energy sector. So renewable energy, Ministry of Renew and Renewable Energy, this is a very important sector. Lot of targets, all those things we have to remember. Okay, all that 450 gigawatts, 500 mega gigawatts, net zero by 2070, all those things we have to remember. And the vision is to build green India through harnessing abundant solar radiation. So India has also this what you one sun, one earth, one world, all this. Okay, and one important thing is that International Solar Alliance (ISA) is founded by India. Okay, the founding player of that is India because India has a lot of it is in the tropical belt, right? So it has solar energy throughout the year. So that is why India has taken a lot of steps to harness the solar energy. Okay, so for that we have the Solar Energy Corporation, and it is the nodal agency for the implementation of number of schemes of this renewable energy ministry. Okay, it has also ventured into solar project development on a turnkey basis for several PSUs. So that is about this thing. Remember 2011 also. Now let us see what is the question. So with those cooperation, Andhra Pradesh government is establishing solar parks with the help of Solar Energy Corporation of India. Okay, the very purpose of that is to help for development of solar parks. So when did the AP Technology Services Department established in the United Andhra Pradesh? So these things just try to remember if you can, otherwise no problem also. So AP Technology Services Department was established in 1986. Okay, try to remember. So when did the Andhra Pradesh Industries Development Corporation started? It started in 1962. Okay, so Andhra Pradesh Industries Development Corporation is also very important. It was started in 1962. So exclusively with Andhra economy, we'll try to make a separate PDF and we'll try to look into this Andhra Pradesh 5-year plans and development of Andhra Pradesh economy separately. But simultaneously, we are covering socio-economic survey and budget. So that is the main important thing. But this development, okay, when did these Nagatataro thermal power stations, when did they come up and all these things also let us try to look because some questions will be asked from that also. So let us look into that. Okay, we'll try to make a separate PDF. So Rayalaseema thermal power unit is located in which district? Okay, so Rayalaseema thermal power unit is located in Kadapa. Okay, so we are looking at power and energy of Andhra Pradesh. So total, so these are all very important statistics. Okay, so total thermal of Andhra Pradesh is 18 gigawatts. Out of these 18 gigawatts, AP Genco is 6,600, and you have private players 9,000. Private players have the highest. Central share is coming at almost 2,000, and the GGPP is 216. Anyway, AP Genco within the government is the highest. Total is 18,000 megawatts. That is the 18 gigawatts. This is the thermal energy. Now we are talking about renewable energy is almost 9 plus we have. Solar is 4,500 megawatts. Wind is 4,000. Okay. So observe solar is the highest followed by wind. Hydro 1976. Okay. We have if Polavaram gets completed we will get 900 megawatts. Okay. Okay. So biomass, small hydro, all these are very important. So renewable energy is currently forming 36% of the total installed capacity of the state. So this page is very important. Note down, very important. So Dr. Nala Tataro Thermal Power Station, okay, 1760 capacity is in Krishna district. Rayalaseema Thermal Power Station is in Kadapa. Okay. So remember, because it was previously Vijayawada, now it is in Krishna. And Nellore Thermal Power Station, obviously Nellore. Simhadri Super Thermal is in Vishakhapatnam. And Damodaram Sanjeevaya is also in Nellore. So remember, Nellore you have two things. NTPC, NTPS and Damodar Sanjeevaya. Nala Tataro is in Krishna. Rayalaseema is in Kadapa. And these are the other small things. Kondapalli, Vishakhapatnam, Kakinada, Spectrum Group, Lanco, all these. Just go through these things. Because they are the important players in the power sector of Andhra Pradesh. And hydel power, if you see, Machkand in Odisha, Tungabhadra, Karnataka, Hampi, Upper Sealeru in Vishakhapatnam, okay, 240 megawatts. See, questions will be asked from this. As I said, the Polavaram hydel project, which is 960 megawatts, okay. If it is completed, it will bring a huge boost, okay. And also we have Srisailam. See, Srisailam in Kurnool, that is also having huge capacity, 770. And also this Sealeru, Upper Sealeru, Lower Sealeru, you have 460 plus 240. So Sealeru project is also very prominent. Others are very minor ones, but remember these things. This is also very important. Okay. So Rayalaseema is in Kadapa. Rayalaseema thermal power unit is in Kadapa. So Channa Cement, KCP Cement, Suvarna, Andhra Cement. Let's see if there is anything related to cements industries, irrigation projects, GI tags, industries of Andhra Pradesh. Okay. So these are some of the important ones. Most of them are in Visakhapatnam. You see, if you observe, most of them are in Visakhapatnam. This Vizag Steel, Visakhapatnam Steel, BHPV, okay, heavy plates, Hindustan Zinc, and Hindustan Petroleum, HPCL, Hindustan Shipyard. Okay, most of them in Visakhapatnam. These are also important heavy industries in AP. Go through them. And you have the smaller things. Just these are all what is a small handloom industry. So this is also very important. Where you are, for example, see Eluru, Agarbattis, Venkatagiri sarees. Eluru is also famous for carpets. Okay, Anantapur, Dharmavaram, silk industry. All these are very important. Okay, different items. And see this. What is that? Andhra cements, right? See, Andhra cotton mills is in Kadapa. Adoni spinning. These are all textile mills. Okay, fine. So particularly the cement industries and all, nothing is there. So try to remember if you can. Otherwise, no need. Not very important. So Penna is in Tadipatri. Okay. KCP is in Macharla. Suvarna cement is in Kurnool. Andhra cement is in Vijayawada. Fine. Just go through this. Okay. So this model paper 2 is finished. Okay. So like that, let us try to complete all the 20 plus model papers. Okay. Thank you.